Hello everyone, welcome to the Second Circle, a Helltaker fan game. Now this was developed and published by Team 133, and well, if you want to try this out for yourself, links will be provided down below. And this is not official or anything, this is just a fan game, and it's free to play, so don't worry. But if you want to help out this developer, you can donate to them or purchase it via itch.io. Anyways, I can't really give a specific release date as this is still in development, so things you see right now might change later on. Anyways, let's go. It has been a full year since you escaped from hell, bringing with you a staunch harem of terrible demon women. Pandemonica, the sadistic workaholic with a penchant for coffee. Modius, a demon of lust with personal space issues. Cerberus, 3 excitable demons with adorably macabre goals. Melina, a staunch believer in the curative powers of alcohol and strategy games, constantly tormented by her sister Zedrada, a demon with severe authority problems and daddy issues. Azazel, a self-proclaimed angel from heaven moonlighting amongst the demons to complete a research paper. Justice, an easygoing demon just out to live life to the fullest. Ah, there she is, there's Justice, I'll do you later. Judgment, protege of Justice, high-strung warden of hell. And Lucifer, the queen of hell with a soft spot for chocolate pancakes. Speaking of, and just like that, bon appetit! Ah, hi Lucifer. Taker, you really must clean out the refrigerator. Look at it, there are flies everywhere. I'll do it later. You'd better. First one's for you, as per our agreement. I can hardly wait to taste what you cooked up this time. Oh, that's cute. It's animated too. How nice. The Queen of Hell takes a dainty bite of the nearly rolled up pancake. Incredible. I'll admit, I've never thought of mixing marmalade and chocolate, but it's just so... Glad it's a hit. I'll write down the recipe so we can enjoy it again sometime. I'll handle it. You keep the pancakes coming. Right. You know, I'm surprised. What about? You, us, and us. You know, I kind of assumed you'd be a lot more forward with the whole harem thing. What do you mean? We've all been living under the same roof for over a year now, yet not a single sin orgy has occurred over the course of that time. The other girls are getting impatient, you know. You might want to take some time out of your day to try and make yourself a part of theirs. If you're interested in keeping this whole show running, that is. Like a date or something? Or something. And so, though you once conquered hell, seems the stage is set for an even greater challenge. Domestic days with demon girls. Hey, if you're done with your internal monologue, you still got more pancakes to make. Chop chop. Of course. 20 minutes of professional grilling later, you emerge from the kitchen, ready to continue your day. Now, who do I talk to first? Select your character. Let's see. I kind of want to go for Justice a later time, you know, save the best for last. So let's see. Maybe we should be bold today. Let's go for Sajada maybe. Zadra stands idly in the living room, smoking a cigarette from her seemingly never-ending supply. Lazily, she exhales a great cloud of smoke, letting it disperse before acknowledging your presence. Hey there, Taker. How's it hanging? Well enough. Would you mind explaining why you haven't taken out the garbage yet? Because I didn't want to? Who do you think you're talking to? Currently a spoiled child. Me, a child. I'm not the one that sits around playing video games all day, or shits on the neighbor's lawn when they won't let her play with their cat. But you're the one who consistently refuses to do the most basic of chores. If you want to ride someone's ass that badly, go talk to Modius. I'm sure she'd be down for it. It's not negotiable, unless you're willing to sacrifice your pancake privileges. Hey, shit, Taker, I've got a better idea. How about instead of making me take out the trash, you just take me out instead? Unless you're misreading the situation, Sajada actually wants to go on a date? Nothing good can possibly come of this. Yeah, sure, what's the worst that could happen? Nice, I get to pick the date site, right? Absolutely not. Now if you don't mind, I've got your job to do. So Taker, where are we heading? We could have hit the local smoker's bar. Up for a little smoke and choke. Can't. Last time we went there, you got thrown out for playing knifey finger with regulars. And I fucking beat the house record. You do know the object of that game is to avoid cutting yourself, right? Yeah, if you play by your pussy mortal rules. I was up for a blue balling myself just to win a game. That's more Malinka shit. You worry me. Despite a provocative attitude, Sajada's company isn't entirely unpleasant. As you walk down the street, your conversation is anything but banal. Sajada seems to delight in taking life itself down a peg. Anything crossing her path she can't roast verbally, you have to step in to prevent her from roasting literally. Finally, you arrive at your destination. Well, here we are. Really? This looks like a greenhouse. A fucking greenhouse? You were the person who was so eager to neglect her job. Now you get to help me with mine. Lucifer's been complaining about the decor in the house and asked me to pick out something colorful to brighten up the place. Doesn't have to be plants. If you gave me some time, I could get you a nice goat. Properly arranged, those little bastards can really color a place up. You really don't want to know what she's talking about. We're sticking with plants for now. Probably something easy to take care of. Like an Arbor Vitae or Hedera Helix. Check out Mr. Big Word Botany Nerd over here. You ever gonna learn how to show me a good time? Think you're that insufferable? Then help me find a suitable plant. Promise we'll leave as soon as we had what we came for. Fine, but after this, you and me are heading to town proper, you hear? Bored, Sajada wanders off between the rows of plants, aggressively belching clouds of smog in the faces of innocent shoppers that stray too close to her. You content yourself with examining the ferns until... Hey Taker, you gotta check this shit out. Turning, you see Zadra aggressively brandishing a small cactus at you. Ah. You know, seeing Zadra like this is actually really cute. What's the matter? You didn't tell me you had plants like this in the mortal world. It's just a cactus. You don't have them in hell? Nah, the ones we have in hell are fucking massive. Covered in hollow needles that stab your body and suck out your... I think I get the picture. But what's with the enthusiasm? I didn't have you pinned as a botanist. As if. You're telling me you don't see the bedroom application of this little sucker. To be honest, you're kind of glad you never considered it, and you certainly can't wait to never consider it again as soon as possible. Well, if you're interested in taking care of it, and promise not to bring it anywhere near the bed, I suppose you can have it. She wrinkles up her nose in disgust. Me? Take care of it? Hard pass on that front. Better put it back then. The demon girl once more retreats into the depths of the store, muttering obscenities and curses under her breath. You return to browsing, and eventually call over an attendant to press for questions. The dull-eyed assistant slouches up to, judging from the look on her face, she's even less happy about being here than Zedrada. Small tag pin to her labels has Abby written in it in smudged ink. Hi Abby, are you a demon too? You're kinda cute. Yeah? Can I help you or something? I'm looking for something hardy, a plant that can survive multiple attempts on its life, preferably fire and dog proof. And if it can survive being watered with cheap vodka, that's also a plus. The assistant scowls concerning your question. Her answer comes slowly, almost reluctantly. I don't know, man. I just started this job and I don't have the patience to learn all this stuff. But I know one of my roommates keeps a golden pothos that just refuses to die. I've seen her check that bad boy out a third-story window, and it didn't seem particularly bothered. Sounds like the level of case on our house lizards is quite similar. Abby casts a sidelong glance towards the far end of the greenhouse, where Zedrada can barely be seen behind a towering stack of potted plants. The few flowers visible from the bottom containers appear to be begging for the sweet release of death as Zedrada balances another armful of pots in the precarious stack. Abby looks away before the inevitable crash and nods in sullen agreement. More than you think. You try to maintain eye contact with Abby, despite the general bedlam going on behind her. I think the pothos should be do fine. Would you mind showing me where you keep them? I have a feeling the sooner we get out of here, the better off everyone will be. Before she can answer, the automatic sprinklers lining the roof of the greenhouse kick in, spraying you and Abby with icy water. The billowing black smoke of burned vegetation spews forth from one of the far aisles as orange-red flames lick over one of the far display tables. From out of nowhere, Zedrada appears beside you, tugging at your arm. Man, it's such a shame about this place. It had such nice, vines. But we should probably leave for, safety. You and I are going to have to talk about this later. The two of you manage to make it out of the greenhouse before it goes up in smoke. Briefly, you wonder how you could ever have expected a different outcome. Well, now that's over and done with, you still for going out on town? I suppose so. What's it to be? Why, Taker, I'm so glad you asked. What follows is a series of entirely unique yet equally horrifying social indiscretions. By day's end, he had broken both your records of most bars visited in one day and most bars forcibly evicted from in the same day. Clutching each other for balance, the two of you stumbled back to the house at an ungodly hour. This late at night, there's only one member of the house reliably awake. Melina sits in a darkened living room, heavy-lidded eyes lit only by a blue light emanating from the television she's glued herself to. You know, Malenka, you really shouldn't be up this late. All this blue light'll make your tits go flat. Melina sighs in exasperation and pauses her game, turning to face her sister. Taking a swig from the paper rat ball beside her, she steadies herself. You got something to say, Zedrada? Say it before you pass on a puddle of your own sick. Hey, Malenka, check out this shit I picked up for you in town. From seemingly nowhere, Zedrada produces a small cactus from earlier and allows it under her arm to Melina, who barely manages to catch it in time. Careful, the little bastard's almost as prickly as you are. I figured you'd be a perfect match for each other. Seeing as the rest of us are out living large and taking charge while you're sitting here dry as a desert. Go back to hell and leave me in peace. Melina chucks the cactus into an empty trash bin, where the pot shatters, sending stray claws of dirt and shards of ceramic flying. Hey, what the fuck? I lit that thing for you. So, cry me a river. I don't recall asking for something to take care of. Wasn't that your job once upon a time? Strata grimaces and turns away. Kicking open the back door, she returns to the abandoned RV parked in your backyard. You can hear her clicking her fingers as she goes, attempting to conjure light from a new cigarette. You hope she doesn't set fire to a recreational vehicle, but are far too unsteady to really do anything about it. You leave Melina to her games and crawl upstairs to bed. Let's see. Maybe we should go with Panda Monica today. Something peaceful, I guess. One morning, walk into the kitchen to prepare Panda Monica's coffee, only to find that the demon in question is already up, and standing by the coffee maker. As the little machine sputters and spits, the bleary-eyed demon looks over at you. You can tell from her droopy gaze that she has barely registered your presence. It's painfully obvious just how much this poor sleep schedule of hers is taking its toll. Without bothering to greet you, Panda Monica returns her attention to the coffee machine. From the sounds of things, she hasn't put nearly enough water in it to make a full brew. Good morning. Oh. Morning. Against her better judgment, you approach the sleepy demon and peer over her shoulder. The jug of coffee that she's attempting to make is not even a quarter of the way full, and the machine itself has come to an almost complete stop. I was just about to make some coffee for everyone. I didn't expect you to be up so early. The demon scoffs. Early? I've been up all night. I see. You know, Panda Monica, I really think you should. If the next words out of your mouth are, get some sleep, I'm going to break your fingers. Panda Monica? You decided it was wise to hold your tongue. What kind of coffee did you put in there anyway? Panda Monica shrugs. Just some store-bought junk we had in the cabinet. Why? As you ponder the situation, you're reminded of the coffee grinder that your father sent you not too long ago. You had been waiting for the perfect moment to break it out as a surprise, and perhaps now is that moment. The thought drives you to the cabinet on the other side of the kitchen. There you keep most of your lesser used appliances. I see. It takes you about a moment to dig around vast tabletop grills, blenders, and hand mixers before you retrieve the object of your quest. Panda Monica, whose attention has come away from the coffee maker, if only to see what all the ruckus is about, watches you as you set the grinder on the counter. What do you think you're doing? And just what in the devil's that? You'll see. From the pantry, you retrieve a bag of roasted coffee beans. These you measure out and pour into the grinder before setting to work crushing them down by hand. In no time, the sweet, deep aroma of freshly ground coffee fills the kitchen. Whatever it is you're doing there, don't stop, because it smells astounding. After a moment, you finish up grinding the beans and turn your attention to the coffee maker itself. You dump the old grounds into trash and wash the jug out in the sink. With a fresh filter installed, you empty the fruits of your labor into the machine and, using the appropriate amount of water this time, start up a fresh brew. first it seemed like Panama is ready to gouge her eyes over tossing her coffee, but as soon as the rich liquid begins to flow, her rage subsides. She approaches the counter and watches for a moment as the jug slowly fills with coffee. What did you do? The scent. It reminds me of that coffee shop in the corner? Why, yes, that's it. When I was a kid, my dad would grind his own coffee. One of my fondest memories from then is how I'd get to wake up that smell filling the house every morning. So the other day I decided to pick up a bag of beans from that place on the corner. I know how much you like their coffee, so I thought I'd bring them to you. Fortunately, I didn't know exactly which flavor you like, so I just got you the basic stuff. I hope you enjoy it. That was unnecessary of you to do. I do appreciate it. Aw, she's smiling. How cute. I'm glad to hear that. If you like, we can go there together sometime and can show me some of your favorite flavors. I'm sure it'd be nice to have views around the house. Yes, that would be nice. Very well. I will take up on your offer. It's a date then. That afternoon, you and Panama decided to skip dinner in favor of your date, much to the chagrin of Lucifer, who complained loudly that no one ever sticks around and it's her turn to cook the dinner. Knowing better than to argue, you grab your coats and smile and nudge your way out the door. Keys in hand, you pawn in the distance to the coffee shop. It isn't far, so walking is certainly not out of your oops. Let's try it again. Keys in hand, you pawn in the distance to the coffee shop. It isn't far, so walking is certainly not out of the question. Hey, Panamonica? We could drive there, but what do you say we walk instead? It is a bit of a brisk day for a walk, perhaps. But, yes, I think that sounds good. The demon leads the way, the two of you head down the street in relative silence. It is a quiet day, filled with only the sounds of your footsteps and the occasional passing vehicle. You arrive at the coffee shop just as the sun starts to set over the horizon, a slight orange tinge painting the sky. A tiny bell chimes to herald your entrance. You're assailed by the familiar, deep, rich smells of freshly ground coffee, and there's a hushed murmur emanating from the smattering patrons dotting throughout the shop. An old man behind the counter looks up at you. On the side of Panamaca, he beams. Ah, there she is, my favorite customer. Good evening, Hank. How are you? I'm well, my dear. Very well. What can I get you today? I'll take the usual. Coming right up. And how about yourself, sir? Coffee, please. Black. Aha, simple fellow. I like that. You two find a seat and make yourselves at home. I'll bring your drinks over when they're ready. You and Panamaca scan the room for a place to visit. How about over there? The demoness gestures to the booth next to the roast coffee display. You nod and Panamaca leads the way through the maze of tightly packed tables and booths. Just as you take your seats, the old man arrives and sets your drinks in front of you. Enjoy. You thank the man and sip from your coffees. With a few moments of idle chit-chat, you turn your attention toward the nearby display. So, if you had to pick, which ones out of that group there are your favorites? Panamaca eyes the bags, reading each label in turn. Well, I must admit I'm quite partial to darker roasts. For me, anything with a deep, rich flavor is a win, really. But if you're looking for specifics, I quite like that tart chocolate hazelnut there. I see. So you're a fan of chocolate flavored coffees? Well, of course. Who doesn't like chocolate? Fair point. How about that one right there? Toasted almond. Yes, I do think that would be a good choice as well. I like a good nutty flavor. The demon grins at you as she sips her drink. Tail flicks to and fro behind her, and you notice that her horns are nearly double in size. You chuckle nervously. You're quick to bring the conversation back to coffee display. The two of you spend the next half hour discussing the various roasts until your own cups run dry. You bond her fetching a refill for you both, but just then you notice Panda Monica acting strangely. Though imperceptible at first, you can clearly see that the demon is wincing, much in the same way one might if they heard a loud noise. But, unless you have suddenly become hard of hearing, the shop around you is nearly silent. By now, everyone has gone home, even just yourselves and Hank, who is humming to himself as he wipes down some tables across the room. You think it's strange that such a noise would irritate the demon, but when you turn to look at her once again, her expression is weary and she is rubbing her temples. Shall we call it a day? Panda Monica doesn't respond. Panda Monica? Oh, yes. Yes, I think that'll be good. Thank you. You gather up your things and don your jackets. On your way out the door, you grab a few bags of the coffee and pay for them at the counter. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you both again soon. You depart with several bags of various roasted coffee dangling from your arm. For the entire walk back, neither of you say a word. Panda Monica looks as miserable and exhausted as ever, which leaves you wondering if she even enjoyed herself tonight. But as you arrive at the front door, the demon stops and tugs on your sleeves. Hey. Hey? I feel I must thank you again for today. What you did this morning was very kind. And this evening I got to enjoy a bit of peace and quiet, which is a rare occurrence. I hope we can do something like this again sometime, maybe. I think I really needed it, and I'm sorry for the way I acted at the end there. You start to question Panda Monica about her strange behavior, but before you can even form the words, she hurries off into the house. Though you tend to follow, all you manage to catch is a glimpse of her disappearing into her room, and the door shutting neatly behind her. You're left wondering what you should do next. That was quite nice. I think I'm gonna end it here for today. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and maybe subscribe for more. If you want to try this out for yourself, links will be provided. Anyways, thank you, and take care.